Yo, welcome back to more Mansa. It is your boy Mansa, man. We back again with another reaction video, guys. Look, man, we got Nasty C explains Sarkodie's situation and confirms that Collab is on the album. Let's get right into this, man. Y'all new here, smash yourself and like the video. Let's get it.
Now, I think you stepped on people's toes a little bit with the Sarkodie track, the No Big Deal track.
Oh yeah.
It's all over social media. People have different opinions about it, like varying opinions, right? People feel like you came for Sark. I'm gonna be objective here. I want you to tell me the backstory to that track.
We gotta hear the
and
backstory.
The thought process behind it.
I don't think anyone that thinks that is actually listening to what I said, you know? Because, I mean, if you listen to what I said, I basically... So the whole story is, I met him, I think it was the MTV Base Awards or MTV Awards. It was here in South Africa a couple years ago. I can't remember the exact year, but I was performing at them and Future was there. So what happened was, I did my performance there. Future brought me out on stage. Obviously, I was happy. I was over the moon, you know. I come on stage and I think I was running back to my green room or just going somewhere with my friend. We were just kind of roaming the building because I was like, all right, my job is done for the night. This was awesome. Now I can just walk around and meet all my favorite artists type of thing. And we bumped into Sark, you know. I think he was standing with his manager or it had to be somebody he worked with. And when I went up to him for a handshake, and obviously I was young as hell. I doubt he even knew who I was, do you know what I mean? And even if he did, I don't think he thought I was that important type thing, you know? So I went up to him for like a handshake and he kind of just, you know, just like snubbed me, so to say, you know? And because I was such a huge fan at the time and I was a kid, I got a little emotional about that, obviously, you know what I mean? And I just like, I held a grudge. And like I said in the song, I didn't want to do a verse for him for the longest of time. But then I got over that. And, you know, I have nothing but love and respect for Sark, man. And like I said in the song, if he ever asked me to do a verse for him, it would probably be my hardest one yet, man. Like facts.
Now, I want to know, like, that happened to you and it was one of those moments in life where you're growing up and then you realize there are bumps in the learning curve in terms of interactions with people and how you relate to people and how you also carry yourself as a young person rising to the top. So what lessons did you personally gather from that experience? Even with you holding the grudge, with you letting go of the grudge and all of that, what did you learn? Or what kind of character development did you get out of that situation?
Yeah. That's a good question.
I guess what I learned, and this was only like very late, like this is recent. Like this only hit me recently, you know? I only got to a place where I was like, all right, you know what, this is childish recently. For all these years, I was kind of, I'm being honest right now, like 100%. But for all these years, I was kind of just like, nah, anyone who ever, you know, treated me like I was nothing, you know, which is something you're not supposed to do to anybody. This wasn't just like a personal thing. I just kind of felt like people shouldn't act like that. Just because you're in a higher, better position, you know, that doesn't mean that when a young person that you inspire and that looks up to you, you know what I mean, that's also on his grind, comes up to you and tries to show you love and greet you, that doesn't mean you should snub them, you know what I mean? You're no better than anybody else in reality, because we're all human beings, right? We are here to service each other in some way, you know, whether it's motivation, inspiration, do you know what I mean? We're supposed to feed off of each other's energies like that. But like, yeah, for the longest of time, I didn't see it. I was just like, I don't know, man. I was just emotional about it, to be honest. I don't think there's any other way to explain it. I was just very bitter and emotional about it, you know? I said, it got to a point where it was like, it wasn't something that was like in the front of my mind the entire time, but because I'd already like oathed to myself that, you know, I wasn't ever gonna forgive. I just found myself in a place where I was just like, a place of like resentment, you know what I mean? And then I kind of just one day just snapped out of it, and I was like, holy, what am I doing, man? This is dumb. Yep.
I feel you. But do you think that experience actually made you a better artist in terms of relation to your crowd and in terms of relation to your fans?
I think so.
Do you think if that moment didn't happen, you might have you might not have been as receptive to fans as you are today? because you never felt that
She,
pain.
hey, her questions are on
I
point.
don't think so. No, because I was already that kind of artist.
That's good.
I
That's
was
good.
already like the most promising up and coming artist, and I was treating everyone like they were my closest friends. Like I had WhatsApp groups with all my fans in them.
Man, he
Like,
does though.
you
He's
know,
not
I would do
lying.
shows at high schools for free and stuff like that. I would do shows and put artists I had never even, really interacted with before, just based off of their potential. I put them on stage. I go to high schools and have like a 30-minute session where we just giving away free tickets and letting people come on stage and rap and all that stuff. I was always that kind of person. I was raised differently, man. A lot of people, I was raised different than a lot of people that I meet and encounter and stuff like that. I'm a very humble guy, So
Yes,
I
no
don't think
cap, no
that
kissy.
affected that at all or gave me that perspective. I kind of was just always like that. But then again, I guess that's why I was so bitter about it.
I feel you. I feel you. And
Yeah,
let me just play devil's advocate just for a little bit, okay?
right.
People may say, or people may ask, they're like, okay, Sarkodie is one of the biggest artists in Africa. You've
Yeah.
probably met him a couple of times after that, right? Or no?
Yeah, I have. I think I met him twice after that.
Okay,
Maybe once, but I think it's twice.
right. So
Yeah.
playing devil's advocate, some people would ask, if you've seen him after that occasion, why didn't you just tell him one-on-one as opposed to putting in a track?
See, like I said, I wasn't being mature about it. I was being childish about it. The way I was going about it was like very childish, and I was emotional about it. And when you're like that, you want
I
to make
like,
someone feel that pain. You want to make someone feel
yeah.
like, wait, is this guy snubbing me type thing? Like you want them to feel that.
I like how
I
you went about
wasn't
it.
I wasn't open to like reasoning and speaking about it and addressing it. I wasn't at that place at that time. I was still in my like vengeance bag.
I feel you. I feel you. But
Yeah.
right now, since people are divided on the internet, and I'm sure you always want to give your fans what they want, would you want to do a versus battle with him? Just something nice for the fans.
No, not a versus battle. I don't think I don't think that would be yeah, not a versus battle. I don't think it should be like a competition based thing, whatever me and him end up doing. I think it should be just a great record, man. Something dope, something that that people can I don't know, just have a good time to and celebrate to and dance to and stuff like that. I think it should be all positive because this is kind of like a not so positive. It turns out positive in the end, but it's not so positive, this whole story or whatever.
But I heard from a little birdie that you're working on a project and an upcoming album. So
Yeah.
with that being said, how about y'all do a track on that album? Just to appease us.
Yeah, I'm definitely open to that. 100%.
Yeah?
I'm definitely open to that 100%. Yeah. I reached out to him a couple hours ago. I'm just waiting on him to see that message and get back to me, and just so we can talk over the phone type thing.
Nice
I'm not
one,
sure.
nice one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's heard the song